Ladies, this is for you, this entire video. So if you're a man watching, of course you can, but this is aimed at the women, the young girls in our society who've been let down by successive governments. So my name is Matthew Moody. I'm the Reform candidate for Penrith&Solway. I want to talk to you today about what we are aiming to do for women. Now, when we look at what's happened generally over the last 10 to 20 years, we've had massive impacts in terms of women, their identities, their safety, even economic opportunity has been undermined by, frankly, a political establishment that doesn't seem to care and also struggles to define exactly what a woman is, and particularly some of our political leaders, which is a very, very disturbing time indeed. So Reform UK is all around empowering women, protecting women, and also making sure that we move away from this entire failure we've had for the establishment on exactly understanding how to protect and look after women going forward. So some of the things we're going to do. First of all, in terms of protecting women, we want to put 40,000 additional police officers on the street, not behind an office, not so you never see them, but actually walking the beat, like it used to be in the good old days, where there was law and order, and people knew you had to toe the line. There was rules to follow, and you followed them, and if you didn't, you were arrested. The fact that we don't have police officers in our towns and cities and large villages is a tragedy. So we need to make sure that that is happening. The second thing is zero tolerance. So I don't know about you, but there's lots of things going on where crime is allowed to happen. And whether this is shoplifting, violent crime, harassment towards women, it just goes on and on and on. We need to put a stop to that. It needs to be a zero tolerance approach, and people need to know exactly where they stand. If they're going to do things like that, then they need to be brought up on it. Now, we also need to be ensuring that if we have dangerous foreign criminals that are in our jails, our policy is to remove them back to their country of origin. We shouldn't be paying to house these people. And also, we shouldn't be then allowing them to walk free at the end of a sentence, which, let's face it, frankly, at the moment, most custodial sentences are a joke. So we would also move them back to their country of origin. And most importantly, mandating of single sex spaces. We firmly believe a woman is a woman and a man is a man. And women need to have their own single sex spaces where they can feel safe and secure and not be impacted by people who were men now saying that they're women. Now, in terms of empowering women, a couple of things on there. First of all, our income threshold. We want to increase this to £20,000 per year, which means you'll get an additional £1,500 per year or £30 per week. This has a massive impact on women who often, through no fault of their own, are working part-time jobs, sometimes lower paid jobs, and not able to get onto the next level of earning a really good salary. So this will massively, massively help in terms of more money in your pocket. It'll take millions of women out of income tax, so you don't have to pay any at all. Also, this is something that none of the other parties are talking about, and we feel very strongly about this, supporting married couples. Now, this is one of our policies. We don't think we can do it in the first 100 days, but we want to do it over the course of a parliament. What you'll be able to do is take zero tax on the first £25,000 of income and move it to either spouse. So if one of you is working more and you effectively want to just take some of that tax allowance, you'll be able to do that. This encourages marriage, which is obviously a cornerstone of our society, a foundation, and we need to be encouraging it, not driving it away. And successive governments have driven it away. We need to bring it back. And also, another thing, the benefit system. This needs front loading, in our opinion, for when a child is between the ages of 1 to 4, purely so that it enables women that want to take some time out and look on, raising their child, nurturing their child, teaching their child the basics of right and wrong, reading and writing, that type of thing, that they are able to do this from home without being impacted and feeling the pressure of having to go to work. So it makes it financially viable for you to be able to do that. And then finally, we want to abolish all of the bureaucratic rules. And let me tell you, there are many of them that hold back small traders, people doing IR35, and cut the red tape for SMEs. So that if you're at home or you're wanting to start a new business, you can do that, because we recognise there are many, many women entrepreneurs who are unfairly treated by the system. That needs to stop. The establishment has failed women, let's face it. There's an addiction to mass immigration. We need to stop that, to take the pressure off housing, to take the pressure off the NHS, to take the pressure off education, including private, and also wages. And when we look at what the other parties are offering and doing, Keir Starmer can't even define what a woman is. It's just shocking. And the Tories have undermined women's rights, safeties, opportunities for decades because they don't seem to really care either. And Reform UK is the only party that would enshrine biological rights in law to ensure that a woman is a woman and a man is a man. And those two things cannot be interplayed or changed or played around with. And that women will be protected through single-sex spaces. So I just wanted to give this overview of our policies and our opportunities and our offer to women, because I feel it's very important that we talk about this because women are the backbone of our society, the foundation of our society, and without them, we'll be in a far, far more horrible space than we are at the moment. In fact, none of us would exist. So hopefully this gives you a sense of the flavour of the types of things that Reform are aiming to do in order to protect women, to empower you, and to help you grow. This is Moody from Reform UK for Penrith&Solway saying thanks for listening, and I'll speak to you very soon.